Alright, now welcome back to Airline 320, the only channel on YouTube where we dive into aviation's family drama. You know, families have cousins no one talks about. Well, airlines are the same. Yep, some of your favourite characters secretly parents, others long lost siblings. A few were adopted and some were straight up children of two airlines that probably should have been nowhere near each other. But anyway, today we're looking at airlines who are weirdly related to each other in a way that makes you go, hold on, what do you mean they're cousins? Some of these connections are wild. First one is British Airways' massive family tree. British Airways has more relatives than a Mediterranean wedding. Let's start with Iberia because most people don't realise BA and Iberia literally share the same parent, which is IAG. Meaning technically British Airways and Iberia are siblings, not rivals. But wait, the BA family tree goes deeper. Aer Lingus? Yep. Vueling? Yep. Level, the chaotic younger sibling who shows up at family dinners once every 6 months? Yep. BA is basically the older brother who tries to be serious. Vueling is the cousin who shows up in yellow, begging someone for €30 to cover their overweight bag. That's about the story with British Airways' kind of empire, I guess. Talking of empires, our next little airline segment is the Lufthansa Group. If BA has a family, then Lufthansa has an empire. Picture the Star Wars opening crawl. In a sky very, very close, the Lufthansa Group basically owns everyone. Lufthansa isn't just Lufthansa, oh no. Their family includes Swiss, Austrian. Whoa, there's an F-15 flying over my house. Hang on. Anyway, so you got Swiss, the quiet, classy sibling. You got Austrian Airlines, who's the polite cousin who gets along with everyone, and then you've got Brussels Airlines, who's the one who always gets forgotten at Christmas. Oh yeah, and don't forget Eurowings, which is the chaotic budget nephew who crashes the party. The Lufthansa Group moves over 145 million passengers a year, meaning their family reunion is basically the population of Russia flying around. So yeah, as you can tell, it's quite a big group. Anyway, let's move on to KLM and Air France. KLM and Air France is the weirdest marriage in aviation. They merged in 2004 but still kept their own identities. Like a couple that gets married but keeps separate bedrooms. KLM is chill, the oldest airline in the world, still flying under its original name. Air France is the dramatic one who turns up to work wearing a scarf and judging everyone. Together, they form Air France KLM, the ultimate multinational couple who argue about everything but somehow operate 300 plus aircraft together. Great one. Now, next one is Qantas and Jetstar. So Qantas, Australia's proud iconic flag carrier with the red tail and the white kangaroo on its tail. And Jetstar, the gremlin child who offers $19 fares and then charges $75 for a bottle of water. Yes, Jetstar is literally owned by Qantas, which means if you rage quit Jetstar after a delay, congratulations, you're still giving money to Qantas. And next one is Ryanair and the Ryanair group, really. Ryanair, so let's start with Lauda. So Ryanair and Lauda Motion, as they were originally called, had a very messy relationship. Lauda Motion was Niki Lauda's airline, the F1 driver, the cool red livery which we've flown on the channel. I don't think I recorded it. I recorded something of it, I'm sure. The cool red livery, Austrian, nice vibes. Then Ryanair swooped in, bought a stake, then bought the whole thing and replaced all their A320s, well most of their A320s with 737s. It's kind of like staying at a hotel and then replacing everything in the room with your own stuff. Then you've got obviously your Malta Air, you've got your Buzz as well, and your Ryanair Malta, which are Malta Air. Great one. So your Buzz was basically back in the day. It was, I think we've covered this in a Planes Airlines Flew, which may surprise you video. It was basically, Buzz started as a regional kind of thing created by KLM, and then they sold it a bunch of times, and then Ryanair ended up buying them, and then they stopped it for a while, and then about 5 years ago they bought the whole brand back with the weird yellow B on the tail. It's an interesting one. You've got obviously then Malta Air, who I think Ryanair just created, I'm not going to lie. I think it's just for basically registering a plane in Malta, you get many different like tax benefits and stuff. It's a lot less tax over in Malta, which is why you have Wizz Air, or Riz Air we should say, sorry. They have a lot of Malta regged planes, so do Ryanair. EasyJet don't, but I'm surprised that they don't. Yeah, just a couple like that. I think Eurowings has a few Malta regged planes. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that when I'm editing. And yeah, so it's a very Ryanair thing to do. Anyway, Airlines aren't just airlines, they're full-on family sagas with more drama than an episode of Love Island. So let me know which one shocked you the most, or if you want a part 2, because trust me, I've got plenty of these. So yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.